Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 203 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. You're looking good out there. I mean, I can't see you, but it does feel good to hear it, doesn't it? Remember that when you see someone and you think they look great, like you like their dress or you like their shoes, or maybe they have a great haircut. Remember to say it. I mean, you could put a bounce in their step that's contagious. And that has nothing to do with my topic, but I was thinking about it, so I thought I'd say it. So I have a question for you. How many of you have ever seen someone super successful at something and you think, well, they must have something I don't have? I mean, maybe they've had opportunities I don't have. They're superhuman. Or maybe you think, well, they didn't have my upbringing. They didn't go through the trauma I went through. How many times do you look at them and you think, I could never do that? Well, I'm going to challenge that for you today. By the end of this episode, when you hear what I have to say, I think you're going to be like, man, she's right. I can do whatever they do. I was doing HotWorks the other day. I don't know if you guys know what HotWorks is. I love it. It's a little, like you go into this little 8-foot sauna and you have it all to yourself, and they have a video class with an instructor teaching like yoga or Pilates. And you can set the temperature up to like 130 degrees if you want. I personally just enjoy it very much. I usually do it once or twice a week along with my other workout routines. I like to supplement that. Anyway, let me tell you why I'm telling you this. Sometimes those instructors inspire me so much. They inspire me as much with their words as they do with their ability to work hard. And that happened the other day. We were in a particularly hard pose and the instructor said, "Don't you dare give up. Giving up can easily become a habit." I was like, oh, snap. She's right. And I kept going even though my brain wanted me to quit. But think about that for a minute. If you're constantly doing something, it does become a habit, doesn't it? Good and bad. But some of the things we do can be so subtle that you don't realize how much it affects you. And giving up easily is one of those things. I was listening to a lady talk about her weight loss, and she said she hadn't reached her goal, and she was now thinking, well, maybe I really don't need to lose the weight. Meaning she was kind of giving herself an out so that she could feel good about stopping. But when she was asked about how that thought made her feel, she said, well, it honestly disappointed. It makes me feel disappointed. You see, deep down, she wants to lose the weight, but she doesn't believe it's possible for her. So she comes up with ways to justify quitting. And we all do this, don't we? I mean, we find ways to justify when we want to quit. But you know how, as well as I do, how that goes. I mean, she's going to be starting that diet again soon. We know that because she has a desire to lose weight, and that desire isn't going away because she quit. If you've had weight loss as a goal, you know that. For me, I feel like from the time I hit about 28 up to a few years ago, it was a struggle, and I was constantly trying new things because my desire to feel and look a certain way was very strong. And all of a sudden something clicked, and I just decided, okay, this is who I am, and I found a plan that works for me. It wasn't easy, but it is now. And also, I went to college as an adult for my interior design degree. And my husband and I had a conversation before I started, and he said, it's going to be harder than you think. You're going to want to quit, but just promise me if you do this that you won't quit. Well, I did. I promised him. That promise I made to him and the example I was setting for my baby sister were two of the things that kept me going when it got super hard. It would have been easy to quit, but I would have still wanted that degree. That wouldn't go away if I quit. And I could have justified it away. I could have numbed it away. I could have distracted it away for a while, but it would have come back. And this is, I know, kind of a theme in a few of the last episodes. You aren't going to stop wanting the things you want. They just show back up in another area or another time. I mean, when the scale doesn't say the right thing, we throw in the towel. But that doesn't make us stop wanting that weight loss. When the money doesn't come, we throw in the towel. When the lover doesn't come, we want to give up dating forever. That's your brain trying to protect you. But it isn't really protecting you. It's just prolonging the pain. Because that thing you want, yeah, you're still going to want it, even if you throw in the towel. It isn't going anywhere. And the really bad news, trust me, I promise it, this gets happier. But the really bad news is neither are the self-doubt thoughts that have you giving up. Those aren't going away. Every single human being on this planet has negative self-talk. Even Eckhart Tolle and Tony Robbins, they just catch it immediately when it happens. So having the thought of, well, it's too hard, it's too painful, it's too risky, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed. These are all very normal thoughts. So if these are all very normal thoughts and we all have them, why are some people so darn successful and others are not? I mean, that's a big question. And I hope that you're as stoked about the answer as I am. Why are some so successful while others aren't successful at all? Well, the answer is they act anyway. They take action in spite of all those terrible thoughts our brain throws at us. They keep going in spite of the scale going up. They keep trying even though that Facebook ad didn't work again. They keep going in spite of the fear of embarrassment, the fear of failure, the fear of looking silly. And we all have those fears. I mean, it didn't feel good when I started my podcast having only 3 listeners, 2 of them being my husband and my sister, the other one being me. But I kept going. And it's still not where I want to be. Of course, I'm human. We're all human and we always want more. But I was nervous when I started it. Mel Robbins says, feeling nervous is normal. Stopping because you feel nervous is a choice. So when you have a desire to make a video, for instance, and put it out for the world to see, you've got a message and you want to get it out there, you're going to be nervous about it. That's normal. But deleting it and not putting it out at all, that's a choice. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is the willingness to act in spite of fear. Successful people have all the same doubts and fears and thoughts as unsuccessful people. They just don't let those thoughts and feelings stop them. They act anyway. Go listen to any success story, and behind it, you'll hear the ways in which their brain tried to get them to quit. And they don't just keep going once. They do it over and over and over. And the failures they have along the way, those are just stepping stones. Those are part of what makes success so sweet, is knowing you continued in spite of it being hard. They know that persistence pays off. And they don't start taking score too soon. They looked at the score and then figured out a way to do it better, how to do it better, so that next time the score would go up. And then they keep doing that. We're living in a very interesting time, if you ask me. It's almost as if giving up is cheered. I mean, the whole healthy at any size movement cheers those that flaunt their weight while criticizing those that show their desire to lose weight or get healthy. I'll give you an example. Jenna Kutcher became very famous because she was a blogger who wrote an article about her weight. She has a husband who is extremely fit, and she is pretty overweight. But she gained a huge following due to this. And when she started a weight loss effort, she was actually criticized. They told her that was giving the wrong message. That's crazy. I mean, we have started giving everyone a trophy just for playing. I've even heard they're trying to stop giving failing grades because it hurts kids' feelings. Well, I've got news for you. They're just prolonging the pain. We have to learn to fail so that we realize the more we fail, the more likely we succeed, because that means you're continuing to try. We have to come to think of failure. Well, most of us actually have come to think of failure as the enemy of success. And we can let failure discourage us, or we can use it to be better. We can learn from it. If I've learned anything, it's that the only true failure is quitting. Society teaches us it's okay to be average. And they're correct if average is what you're going for. I'm not. And you're listening to a podcast entitled Wildly Successful Lifestyle, so it's pretty safe to say you're not either. My challenge to you for this week is to get honest with yourself. Where are you quitting on yourself? Is it with your nutrition? Is it your workouts? Is it your business? Find one area where you're quitting on yourself and make a decision right now. No matter what, you're going to keep going. No matter what your brain comes up with, just laugh and tell your brain, I hear you, and I know it's hard. I know it's uncomfortable, but we're doing this. Life isn't supposed to be comfortable. If it was, none of us would ever be motivated to do anything. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is one simple thing. Successful people have those self-limiting thoughts and they act anyway. Think about it this week. Whenever something gets hard, tell yourself, of course it's hard. Of course it's uncomfortable. I'm doing something new. I'm doing something that's going to make me grow, and then keep going. Don't stop. Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, keep going. Share this episode with 3 people. It's timely and it's powerful. You've got this. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.